we got to make sure we keep them motors up.
Mm-hmm.
That would be our luck. They fucking kill us on that.
Yeah.
Go back in. John Winks, what's going on, man? How are you doing? I think we're gonna do a live each night this week. Yeah, same. I mean, pretty much same thing as yesterday. We didn't change anything. We didn't even put anything away. We did add the RPKs though, because inevitably, whenever we put something out, people always ask about something that's not out.
So today they're probably going to ask about SKSs.
So yeah, them are both Ruger Wranglers. The purplish one's a lavender, is I think what they called it, and then the burnt bronze. So clearly the purple one's mine. I'm that kind of guy. No, one is Harley's and one is Gage's. So we'll have some content coming up. We have a collab coming up with Arizona Kid on them. I don't think either kid's going to be doing, a triple speed shot or anything, but we definitely have something in the works. Maybe another week or so, in 2 weeks max, I would guess. But what's big with you today, John? What's shaking, man? Let's talk about you for once. Talk about me all the time. Let's talk about you. Tell me about your firearms. What you're thinking. I don't think you've ever really said this is what you like, this is what you don't like. You just kind of go with it. I'm curious. So. There you go. So if you're all watching, tap in. Please say what's up. If you're not from America, tell us how you can't have firearms in Iran. That's always a good conversation. I had some people from Russia earlier talking a bunch of trash. I like 1911 CZs, Walther, and nothing else, sir. There you go. I had to make a payment on a gun, and so I stopped in there, and they asked me if I want to sell a couple CZs, because evidently them tactical sport oranges have quadrupled in value. I'm not selling them. However, I'm not going to say we didn't discuss it on the way home. But that's a hot ticket right now. I don't know if people want them to shoot or if it's because it's a discontinued firearm and they're collectible. So, kind of like a woman with fake tits. I don't care how much I paid for them or how nice they are, I'm still going to play with them. Got to, right? They're not gold plated, so we'll go out and we'll use them, abuse them, and put it away wet. Might even put a little lube on it. So, don't be getting all aroused. It's just end of the day for me. So out of everything you got now, and people ask me the same thing too, right? What's your favorite? I don't want to ask what your favorite is, but what one do you enjoy shooting the most? What one just brings that smile to your face every time you pick it up? You're like, yeah, I know why I bought this. The gun that you measure all your other guns against. D-Dog, what's shaking, man? What's up with you? We're gonna try this week doing for the rest of the week just a nightly live. I want to break that 15,000 mark. We're within 30 some subscribers, so it's doable. Speaking of that, go get down and get me a container, Federal primers, the priming tool, and a container to put prime brass, and I want to prime that brass while I'm sitting here. 1911 for sure, only because I don't have a DWX or a CZ Shadow. I think if you're going to compare the Shadow to a DWX, you would be more happy with the DWX than the Shadow. But the Shadow is a great gun. I was in your live yesterday, I think it was, but I was tired, so I took a nap and just left it on. Get your hours. There you go.
Well then.
So I have to. We had one strike expire on the 1st. The second strike expires on August 2nd. And you can see it if you go to my videos. You can actually see when they took the strike out because they actually started playing my videos again. So them dirty fucking liberal bastards. But it's all right. We'll play the YouTube algorithm game. We'll try to get them pushed over that 15,000 subs, and more if we get it right. Mason, how are you doing, man? How'd your day go? So I don't even know. I don't even know if I'm gonna change the table. We may just leave that set up. I might change rifles, but I went and I got a box for my Savage to send out to Shaw. I needed a box to be able to put the rifle in the barrel and receiver and trigger. So all the paperwork's filled out for him. So that gun's getting sent out to Shaw. We're gonna do a 22-inch threaded with 5/8 and 24, polished stainless with a fast twisted flute and a 1 in 10. So that should be a nice shooting barrel. Yeah, it always sucks when they're stillborn. It's money, man. You know, we had hogs, so we had Yorkshire hogs, but I mean, for every little piglet that we lost, I mean that's hundreds of dollars later. You know, that adds up fast. With cows too. I don't know. You don't milk anymore, do you? Or your family? Do they still milk, or is it strictly beef cows? I think I've asked you before what kind of cattle you guys have. I don't know if you ever answered, or if you ever answered if you guys are still a dairy. Stopped milking in the 90s, yeah. Just like everybody else. Kind of got hard for people. Just Angus mixes and cash crop. You guys do the wheat and beans, or do you do just the corn, alfalfa? We used to do a mix. We'd try to get a crop of beans and a crop of wheat. Do the winter wheat and then get some beans. Corn and beans. Beans are kind of the money maker. It seems like my father-in-law, he still has a big farm, and that's their money maker, man. They sell a lot of beans, a lot of soybeans. I honestly think most of it goes right overseas. We were talking to him one time about it, or I was talking to him, and it sounded like pretty much everything they got was all shipped out overseas. Yeah. So a lot of people, when they do the soybeans, they'll do two crops. They'll do a winter wheat, and then they'll do a late soybean. But that's definitely not for the hobby farm type guy. Yeah, that's my understanding too. Beans are good for the soil. You guys do any sweet corn ever? You do any like family sweet corn? My father-in-law always does that. He'll do a couple acres of sweet corn. So he does that strictly for, obviously his kids and their families, which would imply me. Sure beats having to go out and coon corn, but Yeah, watch your videos, D-Dog. Look like you had a good day. Looks like you've settled in real well to that shadow, too. Llama beans. There you go. Rum Runner, how are you doing, man? What's going on? What's going on with you today? What's my favorite Glock? I'm old school. Probably just a Glock 17. So that kind of dates me a little bit, but I have more rounds through my Glock 17 than everything else I own combined. That was a Remington TAC 14. Have I shot the 17C? No, I haven't shot the 17C. I shot the 22C. I had one of them for a while, but never the 17. When them were available, unless you wanted to shoot open division, it wasn't something I could really use. So that's why I went with just a plain Jane Glock. I agree. I like Glock 17s. It's, yeah, it's a short 870. So it's the exact same thing as the Shockwave, but it's a Remington. I bought it when Remington was still in business, and I had the choice, right? You could buy the Mossberg, you could buy the Remington. The Remington was actually more. I don't think it was $100 more, maybe like 60, 70 bucks more. So I bought that. I don't know. I'm not going to say it was a better buy or not, but I liked Remington shotguns a little better than Mossberg. And now it's kind of weird because everybody has a Mossberg. Your first gun was a 17C? Still your favorite gun? That's all right. That's Gen 3, right? The Glock 22C I had, it was cool because it had the V ports in it. When you'd shoot it, it would look like a big V in fire. Which again, it was a cool gun. I actually had that when I was still a dealer. It was a closeout sale, and I bought it. It was a nice gun, but I couldn't really use it for what I wanted to. Nowadays you could. Nowadays that's legal for like IDPA and stuff, but at the time, there's no real use for me. Yeah, you're in California. So Gen 3 it is. That's alright. Did you ever get it cut for an optic, or are you still rocking iron sights? My opinion, there's nothing wrong with iron sights. I'm still old school on that too. Just like a lot of people, I'm slowly in transition. Someday I'll get there. But as I move on here going into the future, a lot of stuff I have will start getting sent out for some milling. But not yet. I'm not quite ready. But I definitely see a purpose to having things milled. Yeah, so like for a carry gun, I would never want an optic. But for type of shooting we do, that's kind of the trend. Obviously, there's a big learning curve to shooting stuff with optics, but well, if you ever want to shoot a Barrett, if you ever want to shoot a race gun, let me know. I tell you that every time you come into the lives. Hey D-Dog, you still here? Hopefully you're still here. Correct. Yep. All the stuff on the far right is all different 50 BMG. You have some AMAX up there, some armor piercing incendiary, some armor piercing incendiary tracer, and just some full metal jacket. I thought we'd try that. Obviously, like all of us, I could have 100 times that in different calibers and ammunition and stuff, but just something to kind of put up there for. It was either that or the sign, so figure we at least be able to show the size difference of some of them cartridges. Yeah, 50 BMG is a big round, you know. Yeah, whenever you're ready, man, you let me know. We usually shoot on Sundays, so shoot for a Saturday at some point. Mike, how are you doing? How'd your day go? Do anything exciting? Anything fun? Man, it always sucks. I had to go back to work today. I just had off the last week and a half. Vacation. It always sucks going back. Then I go back and I look at my vacation, what I have left, and I still have a shitload to burn. I'm going to have to get creative. I have until October 1st to burn it all. So. D-Dog must have dipped out. Yeah, evidently some of the higher end CZs are skyrocketing in price. People are looking for them. They want them. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know what they go for. You know, I don't even look at them in stores and stuff. I couldn't even tell you what a new one costs. You know. I mean, you guys have all been here from the start. I've never changed on my feelings about SIG. I was saying a lot of that stuff before it was the in thing, you know. The nice thing about working 7 days a week, you never have to go back on a Monday. Yeah, I hear you. That sucks, you know. But, you know, I could have been smarter. I could have went to college. I could do feet picks. Maybe I should do feet picks. There's a lot of weirdos out there. When you guys take housing, do you take it to Brandon? I don't know what you're saying, man. You're gonna have to translate that to English. I don't have a translator feature. Actually, maybe I do. We'll see if I can get it. Yeah, no. My kid would have to come in and translate it. Nerds with Guns. I joined as soon as you said there's a lot of weirdos out there. Too late, buddy. There you go. How are you doing, man? How'd your day go? If you guys haven't, consider subscribing to the channel. We're trying to push over that 15,000 mark. I'm within like 40 subs of it. So that's the goal for the week. We'll try and push that. Hey, Gage! Gage! Translate whatever language that is. There, we'll have the kid translate it. I had some people from Russia today, man. They were kind of out there, like, why does this guy need firearms? Who's threatening him? And I responded, but it always trips me out when people think that. I think he's Turkish. Yeah. Sorry, translate whatever language that is. Russian. It's up a few.
Yeah, it looks like Russian.
Yeah, hold on, man. We're translating it as we speak. Where's the Desert Eagle? The Desert Eagle is in the safe. I have one. See, if I put the Desert Eagle out here, people ask where the revolvers are. If I put revolvers out here, people ask where
you can order.
The Berettas are. Huh?
It's coming up with you can order.
You can order what?
It just says you can order.
I don't have any room on the table, bud. You wanna see a Desert Eagle? You can either go to past lives or subscribe and jump in another live. Tomorrow, I mean, our goal for this week is to do a nightly live.
Oh, there was another one before.
So we can absolutely throw that out tomorrow if you want to show up. Subscribe to the channel, get a notification. Probably about the same time, we'll put the Desert Eagle on just for you.
So the first comment he said was good evening, then it looked like you can order.
Okay, what's his name?
I honestly have no clue.
Well, good evening. We don't know what your name is yet.
Or how to pronounce it.
Or how to pronounce it.
Yeah, that's what it would be.
But we're definitely trying to acknowledge you. I would butcher. I have no idea how to say your name. But you're the only foreign guy here, so I am saying hi to you specifically. If you want to see a Desert Eagle right now, go to J-Dog Pimp live stream. Yeah, we can show you a close up.
So unless I missed something, it looks like he's saying good evening, you can order, there's something for sale too.
It's a EPK barrel. I see it now. Which gun are you talking about? My Glock. It's a KKM barrel. Yeah, we got two. So if you notice, there's kind of a pattern on the guns. There's a lot of doubles. That's kind of the pattern. Unfortunately, I'm poor. I only have one Barrett, but I threw some doubles up there. Half empty. How are you doing? How'd your day go? Anything exciting? I'm gonna prime some brass while I sit here. Can you give me that bag of brass too, please? It's up here.
For the primers.
Is that a Colt above the SPO1? I think I asked before. On the right-hand side, yeah, that's a Colt. It started out as a Series 80 government. And, I mean, you know what factory guns look like. That was when I was in school for machining, for gunsmithing. Was one of my projects. All the Series 80 parts are gone. I milled the slide for the front sight, for the rear sight. I milled the frame to be able to accept that grip safety. I did the cock inserations in it. I fit the barrel. I did all the ignition components. I can't say I built the gun because I didn't forge it, but I machined 90%. Well, maybe 60% of what you see was all machine work. But I did start out with a factory slide and a factory frame. The frame, I put the Accu rails in. Like I said, it's a good shooting gun.
We did the front cock insertions.
Yep, front cock insertions. Hopefully that's coming up kind of. It looks like it's coming up clear.
Yeah, it looks like it
Like
is.
if you look on that, and then my camo Glock there, and the other 1911, you'll see that used to be one of the things I did, because when I built that, it was back in early 2000. You couldn't buy guns with front cock insertions. It wasn't a thing. Now it's on everything.
Yeah.
But at that point it wasn't. I put them on there strictly for when I was unloading and showing clear. I could grip the front slide. I would eject the cartridge into my right hand, my weak hand. And I got sick of bending over and picking up the cartridge off the ground, so I did the front cock inserations. And it ended up being something I offered in my shop when I was still doing it. Bazooka, I appreciate you. Hey, consider subscribing to the channel, man. Double tap that screen. Give me a... Oh, you already did. I was just going to tell you, give me a paper plate for these primers.
That's what I was working on before. Want to pour this whole bag in the bucket?
Use the other shit, the shit I won. This is for Harley, man.
Oh.
I'm not using expensive brass for her. Come on.
Okay. Right.
She gets the good primer, she doesn't get the good brass. I gotta load some ammunition for my daughter for that shadow system. The striker fired guns don't like hard primers. So
Yeah.
we use federal primers for her because then she gets 100% reliability with ignition. For me and my son, we use the dirt cheapest primers we can find because hammer fired guns don't care about hard primers.
I think total overall we've had one primer that didn't go off, and that's probably just a bad primer.
I've had more than that now.
Okay.
That last batch I've had quite a few, but
Yeah.
you almost gotta weigh out, like, is the price of the primers worth that shitty cartridge? Kinda. I wouldn't want to go to a big match again with them, because
Yeah.
that sucked.
Yeah, put a little of this card in here.
You what?
Put a little card in here.
Yeah. That's whoever that company was.
Another here.
At our sectional match, I won a bunch of brass. So, at least I don't have to clean any brass or sort any brass. I just have to prime it and then load it. Maybe tomorrow we'll go, I don't know. Maybe we'll do a live down there loading some ammo, maybe not. Might just be a couple hours on here. The goal is to try and hit 2,500 views and whatever we can get out of that tonight with subscribers. So if that happens in an hour, or if it happens in 3 hours, hopefully it doesn't take that long. On the grill, they turned out all right.
Yeah.
Nothing fancy. I didn't smoke them or anything. It was just
a burger.
Just a grilled burger. I toasted the buns though on the grill. That was all right. My wife made corn to go with it, some cob corn, some sweet corn. And by the time that shit was done, the burgers were fucking cold. I was a little pissed about that. We should have just eaten the burgers right away. So corrosive primers, you don't get them much anymore, but they actually had a high salt content. So when they fired, the ignition would leave a salt residue, which would corrode. Pretty much most of the ammo 1950 and older is going to be corrosive ammunition. And the problem with corrosive ammunition is, like, standard bore solvent doesn't get rid of the salt. You almost have to treat it like it's a black powder gun first, rinse it out really good to get rid of the salts, or use like a black powder cleaner that gets rid of the salts, and then you clean it and oil it normally. But most modern ammunition, you won't see anything corrosive. That's kind of a thing of the past. That's old technology. But if you have like a Mauser or a K98 or something, it's not a big deal. Just remember that you got to treat it like black powder. So when you get home, you take the gun apart and you take it to the garden hose and you rinse the gun out really, 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 really well. And then you clean it like normal and definitely oil it up really good. Leave it wet. But I would have inhaled those burgers, man. Toast and buns, yeah, they definitely turned out good. I always put them, when I do them on the grill too, like when they're almost done, I'll put the cheese on top and then close the lid, which then kind of chars your cheese a little bit. Oh yeah. Oh fuck. Go get the depriming tool, pop that out. Don't waste the primer, we'll save it.
Yeah.
Frugal. I have brats in there from Saturday night, and we have burgers in there. I need to eat. I got up this morning, I'm up at 2:50 in the morning, I go to have a bowl of cereal to go to work, and the fucking milk is bad. I don't eat at work, so there's no supper or no breakfast, no lunch. It kind of sucked, and now I'm just hot and tired. So we'll eat at some point. Mustafa, I'm not sure what you're asking about. How much? The burgers were free. Just had to cook them. And it actually came from my father-in-law. We got a half cow from him last time. We butchered them. He takes everything to Beck's. I'm sure, Mason, you're familiar with Beck's. My mom used to take everything to Brandon Meat Market. Getting your EDC license soon. Going to get a Glock 26 or Messiah. I would recommend a Glock 26. That's what I carry. So I might be a little biased towards Glock 26s. I've carried them for years. So what do you guys got going on this weekend? You got plans? Anything exciting? John Winks will be at the range. How has the bill affected y'all? Can you buy suppressors without a tax stamp? My understanding is we will be able to. I haven't fine read it. It's funny because I stopped. I had to make a payment on a gun today. And so I was at the store and I was talking to one guy, Vince, who's the NFA guy. And he's like, oh no, that didn't go through. And then the owner come out, he goes, hey, what do you guys think about that going through? So before I get all excited, I need to, January 1st is when it takes effect. I thought it was supposed to be like 15 days after.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
I did, however, I did get another letter from the ATF when I got home. That's nice. Which will be the second or third time we filled this out. Yeah, they're still bulky. They changed the grip angle a little bit, but Bretta's still a Bretta.
Yeah. Just like the Glocks,
They're
going to be a Glock.
It's in regards to my FRT triggers that they took. So everybody thinks everybody got their triggers back. I still haven't got them. I was one of the first ones to get a letter, and I know that because when they announced they were giving letters the next day in the mail, I had a letter. Pull him out. Beretta APX Combat is sexy as fuck. No sir. I haven't handled one, so I can't say for it. I've seen people shooting them, but I haven't shot them. It is what it is. Just like when they took them, you know, a lot of people said, "Oh, tell them that you threw them in the river or you lost them in a boat accident." My thing was this: they were a $400 trigger. It didn't matter to me one way or another if it got taken. It was inconvenient. It sucked. It was my hard-earned money. But if it was illegal, it was illegal. And they knew I had it, so it wasn't worth the trouble of trying to hire a lawyer and get all my rights and property back later. But I still haven't received my property back from them. I absolutely agree. I need more guns. Super safety, I would still be very leery of that. So the force reset triggers had a court case, right? It was ruled in their favor. We can, without a doubt, say that that's legal. The ATF is still considering super safeties a machine gun. So keep in mind, they took my property, which was legal then and still legal. But you don't ever want to be the guy fighting a court case to try and prove what you have was legal. You know, these Supreme Court cases take years and years and years. And if you're convicted, which you would be, of possession of a machine gun, you're going to fight that for a long time. By the time you get out, your old lady's moved on, your job is gone, your house is gone, all that shit, you know. So, stick with what you know is legal. APM Auto, how are you doing, man? Freaking 10K people watching some weird kid put rubber bands on a watermelon. What the fuck am I doing with my... I don't know, but clearly you're making better life choices right now. Oh, the 2011, I didn't answer that. So if I were going to buy a 2011, I would get the 9mm. That would be my option. Let's see how we... I can pronounce the one name. Hornstein. I don't mind CZs. They're good guns. I'm not saying it's the best gun out there, but they're nice. Dale, appreciate you. Hey, translate whatever Mary said. I don't know what language that is. I saw one of those FTR super safeties fail, like the bolt failed to close properly and fire and pin hit the primer and fuck up the rifle. Yeah, they could have out a battery. You know, the super safety, I like that idea. Even if it were just semi-auto, I like the idea that a bolt has to be locked up in order for it to discharge. And something like an AR-9, pistol caliber carbines, they suffer from out of battery detonations. We've blown a couple up over the years now. So that super safety, I like the idea of what it offers, but and that's not even the giggle end of it. That's just the actual, you know, operation of having the bolt completely locked forward before it discharges.
It's two different options of what it could possibly be for the language, but it's not recognized exactly. It has actual Spanish, and it says you are in gray, I think you are in gray, or it's Italian of you are dark gray, I believe it says. Dark gray.
I don't know whichever one of them two are, but we'll just say hi, Barry. Again, standard spiel, you guys will keep hearing it. Double tap the screen. Consider subscribing to the channel. Put me in your will. Name your firstborn child after me. And I'm always available to provide alibis. No matter what somebody says, I'll say, no, they were with us the whole time. I am priming some brass. I gotta load some ammo for my daughter. So I prime off the presses. What an ugly collection. I appreciate that. Just small. Make sure you double tap the screen and subscribe to the channel. I don't know if she's going to shoot this week or not. I think... FV ordinance, there you go. I think, hey Gage, doesn't Lodi have USPSA on Saturday? Well, maybe we'll skip this weekend and then just shoot Saturday and Sunday both next week. Yeah, competition. This weekend it looks like all the ranges close to us are IDPA, which, I don't know. IDPA is interesting. It's a good game for people that don't want to think and move around very much. I mean, and a right-handed. They always set everything up right-handed because, again, they don't want to think and move around very much. But USPSA is a challenge. It's more than just the shooting end of that. It's a game. It's like playing chess. You know, you have to strategize. Not even against other people, just strategize how you're doing stages and planning stages. And And then you get a really good plan in your head, and the timer goes off, and you forget everything anyway. Then it looks like it's your first time out there. But we can shoot 2 days next week, or I can shoot 1 day this week, and probably shoot 2 days next week too, to be honest. Yeah, well, I'm old and fat, but I still get out there and move. I usually don't come in last. I'm usually somewhere in the top 20. Oh, my daughter made that. I think it was either Harley or Gage. Maybe Gage made that. They did that in art class. No, I wouldn't recommend a PSA. Honestly, just a Glock. You know, a lot of people say Canucks and this and that. Just get a Glock. Just get a Glock.
Yeah, that's Jay who made that, I think.
That's Che who made that. That was my oldest. Yeah, usually top 20. If I have a good day, I'm in the top 15. My goal is always top 10, which I'll usually get that on some stages, but not usually very often anymore. Yukon Bob, what's going on? How are you doing? No, it was just an art project they had in school.
I know I never made it.
I have all my kids' clay stuff that they made in school. I kind of dig it. Some of the stuff turns out really cool, especially when they get a little older. But yeah, glad to see you, Yukon Bob. It's always nice. Top 20, yep. What's your best placement? You'd have to like specify more, like now usually, or like in my life. I mean, believe it or not, I used to win a lot of shit. But I've been shooting USPSA now for, 24 years. So, take me 20 years ago, and a whole lot lighter and a whole lot more athletic. And yeah, I was competitive. I traveled all over shooting. Now, like I said, if I can get the top 20, that's a good day. My goal is top 10. I'm pretty happy if I get top 15. But your mother kept the fish you made. Most parents will keep that stuff. Half empty. I didn't even catch what we were translating. Oh, the voice texting. What else we got? Rex Lexus. Is this airsoft? Nope, not airsoft, bud. We had this sectional match, the Wisconsin State match, and I had a really bad day. But I don't know, I think I was like 40 something out of 80. But it was a bad day. I'm embarrassed. I was glad I didn't have a camera or anything. I just had a rough day. I had gun issues. I had mental issues. And after you start having issues, and it just progressively snowballs. And you know, I was pushing. I was trying to have a good showing. I was there to, not come in last and start having issues and just fuck shit up. I had actually broken the trigger reset spring in my checkmate, and I had a backup gun with me. I have my backup gun. That's why I have two. And I was stubborn. I didn't want to switch guns, so I kept running a gun that I was having issues with, which was stupid. Laughed my ass off and badged the guy who came 80. Yeah. Well, I don't own any Canucks. That's not a firearm that interests me. Rex Lexus, that is absolutely a 50 cal in the back. That's a Barrett M82. You show me another YouTuber that does lives that's got a Barrett in their live. I can say that. There's people that have nicer pistols. There's people that don't. But I can definitely say there's nobody else that has a 50 cal in it. Absolutely Absolutely, Ginger. We'll pin your comment for that. How are you doing, man? Nope, I don't own any Kimbers. I've owned a few. Um, I just don't own any. I have both them. My Colt started out as a Colt. I mean, that was a whole big school project when I was in school. And then I put together my Viking Combat there. Yeah. Dude, they make really great gun props. The one in back? Yeah, the very, very far back gun is a 50 cal. It's a rifle. Can't miss it. I mean, only the receiver is in frame. A little bit of the barrel. It's a 29-inch barrel. The gun weighs, without the optic, I think it weighs like 39 pounds empty. Super heavy. Yeah, they have them. But have you ever seen them in a live? I'm not saying I'm the only one that has them. I'm saying you won't find another live on YouTube that has a 50 cal. Kentucky, I read that. Old man, how are you doing? What's shaking? I appreciate it. Sorry I haven't been catching you. We went to GunCon, then we went to Gettysburg. So it wasn't a whole lot of YouTube time. Ed? Yes, the one on the left is a Beretta 92 FS. Which gun you recommend if you only pick one? If I only picked one gun of everything I owned, it'd probably be a Glock 17. If somebody said you can have any gun that I own currently, but you can only have one, I would pick a Glock 17. Yeah, GunCon was a trip. It's hot. I had to actually go get a box today. Shaw Barrels is going to hook me up with a barrel on one of my rifles. So I got to send that into them. HKs are nice. I don't like HK money, but... So, for me with handguns too, like, at this point, all the gear I have is either set up for Glocks or it's set up for CZs. So, I don't throw a lot of other manufacturers in there because then I have to start all over with a holster, with magazine pouches, with magazines, and support and parts, recoil springs, trigger springs, whatever else, plus upgrades. So, like, we've been shooting CZ now for the last, I don't know, 3.5, 4 years. How long have we been shooting CZs? 4 years?
About 4 years, I think.
So about 4 years. So
4 or 5 years.
We slowly progressed everything we had over to CZs. And then too, if you want to be good, you don't want to be changing grip angles and firearms all the time. So I can pick up any of the CZs and shoot them well. So can my son. Your favorite gun is a CZ75. Where is it? Can you show? Yeah, Gage, get a stick and point to one of the SPO1s. Don't touch it though. You don't want fucking YouTube overlords. The SPO1 that he's pointing at, another one, that has all the Cajun internals. That started life as a SPO1 competition, and I mean, they wanted good money for the gun. I took it out and shot it, and it just wasn't what it should have been. So I added I think it was the Pro package, so it's the extended firing pin, short reset trigger, that's a E-Min Tech trigger in it, springs, I changed the barrel bushing, I don't know what else came with it. Yeah, that's a fair price. EA Witness Combat Sports large frame 9mm, which is a CZ close. Yeah, it's pretty close. There's a lot of people that actually shoot them, and they shoot the Tang Folios. there's some things that for similar money that CZ offers that they don't, such as the gas pedal, the Magwell. But if somebody were just starting out, I wouldn't tell them not to buy one of the EAAs or Tank Folios. They're good guns. Yeah, we knew what we were gonna do with it. My son bought that. It's gonna be for USPSA. Jaden, I have a couple AR pistols. I have a Bushmaster Type 97 Carbine 15, which was a Ban era gun. And then I have a, well, what was, it's a 10-inch barrel, but I've had the 7.5s, 10, 10.3, 10.8, 11.5, 11.8, all that stuff. There's actually footage on the channel if you want to see them. I don't know, a month or so ago, I shot one of the shorties in a two gun match. People hated it too. Oh, did they fucking hate it? It's so concussive that it rattles people's head, man. It's definitely not. You're not making any friends when you're shooting something like that in a match. They get mad about the checkmate. The checkmate rattles people's head.
I only imagine that would be like an indoor range for indoor piece itself.
Oh, the pit, yeah.
Yeah.
We when we shoot indoors in the winter, we take that AR with the 10.3-inch barrel with us, and you always get them guys that are just sitting next to you, just mag dumping after mag dumping, and we'll bust that out. We'll run through a 30-round magazine, and usually clear out the range. People don't like that. Very, very concussive.
Not only the range, the sword itself.
And I got a big old comp on it. Coleman, I appreciate it. Coleman, Brandon, if you guys haven't, be sure to double tap that screen. Consider subscribing to the channel. That's why what we're doing today is we're trying to hit the 15,000 mark. We're within, I don't even know what we're within.
We're at 1087.
I was looking for the subscribers.
I believe that's top of the screen.
But trying to push them YouTube algorithms. They were standing on me pretty hard the last month and a half or so. Got kind of discouraging, so we didn't post a whole lot. This week we're gonna push it hard. We got some numbers we want to meet. Obviously, if you guys subscribe and like, will help. If you like guns, like to see guns being shot, this is the channel. Probably just look on your phone. But we give back on this channel too. I actually put out in the mail today 3 different envelopes to a few people. So they'll be surprised to get some stuff in the mail. Next time we send shit out, we gotta get John.
Yeah.
He's number 1. Put that on the list. He's a solid supporter. What's the best way to sell guns you don't want? I just don't want to be ripped off. Have you checked into Arms List? There's also a thing. D-Dog was talking about it. Tac something. There's a private thing. I'm sure you're subscribed to D-Dog's channel, John. If he comes back in the comments, we'll ask him about it. We're getting closer. We need 23 more subscribers to hit that 15,000 mark. So if you guys want to see a guy get happy, pull out your phone and see if you can find that tac. It's not tac pack, it's tac something. Put like tac Gun Trader or something. We're gonna find that for you, John. Just sit tight for a minute. I know he's gotten and traded a few firearms off it. It's basically what Arms List used to be. You could also do, you can do Gun Broker as a private seller. You just have to ship it to a FFL.
Oh, tax swap.
It's called tax swap, John. You have the thing pulled up? Page?
Yeah, this is the best I can do without having doing all that.
Show it. Put up. He's going to show you the page, John. Tax swap. What it looks like here. You screenshot it or something, or
yeah, I guess I could do that.
yeah, just show it. Just don't touch any guns. And again, I haven't used it, so I can't speak for it. But I trust D-Dog. I know he's traded a bunch of stuff with it, so that's the name of the site. If you're selling a gun like privately, especially like sidestep in a store, the firearm's worth within probably about $100 of what it was new. That's kind of the going thing. But I don't really want to talk about all that too much because next thing you know, I'll get a strike for that stuff. But
No.
the kid, no, I don't think so.
I use Safari Google. That doesn't have.
Yeah,
any
he did
of-
he did Safari Google. Weston, what's going on? How are you doing? Weston, I think this is the first time I've seen you come on the channel, so I'll say what's up, how are you doing? Hope you're having a great day. Don't forget to double tap the screen, throw a subscribe on the channel. I'm doing good. I primed some brass for my daughter so I can load her some ammunition. We're trying to hit our 15,000 subscribers. I don't know what we are right now. We were close, within 25. I think, what did I say, 23? We need 23 more.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, the last few, we did one last night from here.
Yeah.
The last couple we did, we were either in Ohio or we were in,
I don't even think we did that many Gettysburg. I think they were both in Ohio.
didn't we do any in Gettysburg? I thought we did. Maybe not.
I don't think I ever.
Oh, we had hotel, Wi-Fi issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last couple were, did one here and then the last couple before that were in Ohio at GunCon. I would be lying if I said yes or no. You got to realize there's so many people that come in and out. If you change your profile pic from the W to an actual picture, I'll remember. But I mean, your name sounds familiar, but you have to refresh my memory, man. Don't ever be offended, you know. Most of the people that like change their profile pic, I recognize the picture, right? Recognize the picture before the name. So yeah, like your fish. See, but I can associate that, you know. Probably 90% of the people that comment all have the generic profile pic. You know, one will be a W, one will be a B, one will be a K or something like that. But very few people have the same pictures.
Yeah, he's running the past few hours.
Has he? What were we talking about? Kids, we're pulling up your chat history, Weston. So don't be offended, but we're looking.
Yeah, this.
I mean,
It looks like maybe the 10.2.
content. Oh, this is at GunCon?
No, that's table talk.
Oh, tabletop.
Last night.
Oh yeah, you were asking me about the Ruger 1022. I remember now. Yeah, you're right. See, I just need that reminder. Yep, and he was in Ohio. We talked about the pocket knife. Asking about 3. Yeah, I remember you now. Change your profile pic, then I'll definitely remember. And like I said, don't be offended because I off the top of my head didn't know, but we pulled you up. We can see all the chat history and everything. From other lives, no. Only thing I can see from my lives is people's chat history in my lives. If I click in my YouTube studio on your channel, like in one of my comments, if you comment one of my videos, I can click on your channel and it'll give me the chat history. There you go, Weston. Weston, it's nice to meet you. And it'll in the YouTube studio too, it'll tell me who the top commenters are, who the most active people are on the channel. Right now, it's the most active people on the channel is John Winks, Patriot Arms, Orange Smoke, Arizona Kid, and Ammo Alchemist. Some are my top guys. And I would absolutely love to have you be one of the top guys. I think too, they should be being ranked as we do this live, right?
That there was at one point. Looks like Brandon White has 30.
So in your guys' live, you should be able to see like a ranking number.
Yeah.
The more comments you leave, the higher the rank goes. So your goal absolutely should be to be the #1 commenter for the live.
Yeah. D-Dog is number 1. Brookside, or Mason is number 2. And Brandon White is number 3. I'm not quite sure how it works.
I'm not sure how it works either.
Because I open up the top thing is what it comes up as. Each one's portion like to the top 50.
Yeah, I'm not.
And it has a send again.
I would love to say that it means something, but maybe more for us as the guy doing the content, like, hey, you know, pay extra attention to these guys or something. But
Yeah, actually, I have it on screen of how to do better with your XP for it.
huh?
I have it.
Let's see. Top. It says top fans and XP. What is the leaderboard? A place for fans to stand out in the community. The top 3 get special badges in a live chat, and it resets every stream. So if you're the top in the top 3, you get to do special emojis and stuff. Right? That's what I'm understanding.
That's what it sounds like.
You'll need to collect experience points or XP. Here's how to get them. Send live chat messages, send super chats and super stickers, or send a gift. Well, I like their idea. They're shaking you down
Maybe send emojis.
to send. But it did say that just the top people get the special badges. So if you guys want to be special, comment more than everybody else. You can do it. We'll do it together.
Yes, you do have to have a certain amount of subscribers still live.
Yeah, I don't.
It's like 50.
I think I don't know what the number is anymore. I think the kid said he thinks it's 50. He's gonna look. He'll pull it up. Honestly, I didn't.
Yeah, you need 50.
Yeah, you need 50.
Yeah.
I think at 50 though, J-Dog was saying that they don't show your live. I think they show it to a certain number of people. There you go, Brandon. Right the fuck on. Make sure you use them emojis.
Yeah, Brandon White is number 3.
Blow up that channel, man. You earned it, sir. Yeah, I think you're limited under 1,000 view or under 1,000 subscribers to how many people you can have in your live at one time. Tucker, I appreciate it. Tucker, if you haven't, be sure to double tap that screen for me, sir. If you consider subscribing to the channel, I'd appreciate it. I can promise you're not going to see some dude with a toilet seat. You're not going to see somebody eating octopus. And you're not going to see somebody putting rubber bands around a watermelon on this channel. Just keep plugging away, man. It'll happen. Honestly, subscribers don't mean anything anymore. It doesn't matter how many people are subscribed to your channel. It matters to how many people watch your videos. There you go, Weston. Look at that. Killing it. Bruce, I appreciate you too, man. If you haven't, like I said just a second ago, please consider subscribing to the channel. Check out the videos. Double tap the screen.
That's the most random time so
Huh?
On my phone, we go under ours in order. We go from this live to Beat Saber to Fortnite to chess.
There you go, Weston.
And then
rubbish, bro. That dude in the toilet seat. Yeah. I feel bad for him. I don't know. I don't know. You know. And you gotta figure. I mean, that dude's making money. That's why he's doing it. He's making money. But there's gotta be a certain amount of self-respect. Like I would sell feet pics. You know what I mean? I'd sell feet pics, but I wouldn't put a toilet seat around my neck.
Maybe here on the table.
Maybe on the table. I mean, what's the red grip on the left? The red grip on the left is a CZ SP01 Tactical. The grip on that is actually off of my CZ SP01 competition. I like the grip. It's really cool looking, but it's not very aggressive. So I put it on a gun I don't shoot very often.
Cover it in Nutella.
Huh?
For the toilet seat. And cover it in Nutella.
Nutella? Yeah. Ice Cream is the guy y'all are talking about. Is that his name, Ice Cream?
Ice Cream Man.
And we all have a price, right? But I don't know that. I don't know what my price would be. Kind of like putting on another guy. He put on fake tits. He put on a rubber suit with fake tits. Now, I don't know that I could do that. I could make my kid do it, right? Hey, Gage, put this on. That would be funny, but I couldn't do it. Mike. Heyo, nice collection. Any thoughts on a CZ Shadow as an EDC? CZ Shadows, even the new like
Hey, Scoot.
carry one, they're heavy, man. Scoot, what's going on? They're heavy. I think in the wintertime it would be a good option. You know, outside waistband, maybe a sweatshirt over it. That would work. Summertime, that'd be a hard gun to conceal and it's heavy.
And then question.
What is the gun in the top right? The very top right? I'm assuming pistol, right?
Yeah.
The pistol in the top right
Didn't say that up.
is a CZ Checkmate. It's a open division race gun. Faith, hi from Turkey. How are you doing? How's Turkey? Weston's from Oklahoma.
Top left.
Top left, that's also, the one on the table is another CZ Checkmate. The one on back by the Barrett is a Shadow Systems MR920P Elite. It's actually my daughter's gun. Which, I don't know. I kind of like that gun, I'm not going to lie. For what they cost, for what it is, I like the gun. Some people like them, some don't. I think everybody that says something negative about them are the ones who don't want to pony up the money to try it. And I was kind of that way too until I bought that. I never thought I would buy one, but when we checked, when it was time to get my daughter a pistol for USPSA, we had a checklist. I didn't have anything specifically in mind. We just ran through a checklist, and when we looked at what we all wanted in a firearm, that was the one that filled all the boxes.
What do you mean 4 CZ? There's 6 up there.
Yeah, there's 6 EZs up there. I'll be honest too, that's not even all of them. I'm a little embarrassed to admit that out loud. Them are just the ones I have doubles of. Guns that I shoot a lot, guns that I travel with to shoot, I have doubles. I have backup guns. So you can see each one of them. One's a little more tricked out than the other one. Well, that's the main gun. So check you again next time. All right, Bruce, we appreciate you. Do you know Turkish Canik and the SAR? I have never fired the SARs. I've never handled one. The Canik, yes, I have fired them. I was actually having a conversation at the shop today about that. What I can say about Canik is they hit a price point that appeals to a lot of people. They have a really great trigger. I mean, I can't say they don't have a good trigger because they do. They have good triggers. As far as actually like how does it feel shooting wise, or do you like it? I'm not a big fan of Canik. I would take a Glock over a Canik, and that's just me, my opinion. So, and it's looking for it looks like a fucking baboon, or a fat chick with hemorrhoids. Maybe that's how we call that, a fat chick with hemorrhoids. A little, oops, there it is, peekaboo, peekaboo. The Canikroid. Nobody likes the Canikroid sticking at you. Nathan, we appreciate you, man. Be sure to double tap the screen. Be sure to get in the comments too. Check out the shorts. Leave some views on them. Want to see where we're at? Yeah. I'm kind of hoping at some point here, I would suspect either Ammo or Arizona Kid or Orange Smoke's going to pop on here. I want to chat with all three of them for a second. See, something I don't talk about on the channel is we look at who our top supporters are for the month, and we usually try to get them something, some stickers or something.
17.
So I think John's on our list for next month already. Not a sponsor, was close, but
Well, he kind of went dark.
there you go, Weston. Hit them play buttons. Killing it. So Weston, do you get to shoot with your dad? Good stuff. Good stuff. So we're what, 22 away?
17.
17 away? We need 17 more subscribers to hit that 15,000 mark. So if you guys are sitting there trolling in the comments, come in, say what's up, double tap the screen, subscribe to the channel.
Wait, did John Wake send something?
Huh?
Did John Wake send a gift or something?
I don't know.
Because he's doubled everyone else pretty much.
He's been in here the whole time.
the top, the other top 16 people, he's literally double.
Well, that's good. John Winks is a good shit. I like him. I wish he lived closer to Wisconsin because we'd be going out and shooting that brand new pistol he's got. Because I really like that. That's pretty sweet. No, I don't. So theoretically, you probably could, but I'm not. I'm not familiar with people doing conversions on them from like a 40 to a 9. You know, a lot of other guns out there you can. I don't know. I've never seen the conversions for EAA for the Tanfolio. So I don't know. I know like theoretically you probably could, but I don't know what would all be involved. The CZ P10 ported. I haven't seen one in person, but my opinion is it'd be a fun gun to shoot. How much are them? Look it up. See, this is why I buy so many guns, because I get talking with you guys and I'm like, oh, I gotta have that. No, the P10 ported would be a pretty badass gun. It's a titanium nitrate, John. So it's like the same coating it's that they would use on drill bits or stuff like that. It's a very, very hard, durable finish. It looks gold, but it's not. It just looks gold. But it's the same type of coating, titanium nitrate, that they put on end mills or carbide cut-in mills or drill bits. I think them are probably the top uses for titanium nitride. No, unfortunately, but sometimes when I'm at my mom's, I sometimes go to a place where we call the Valley. It's my mom's friend's mom's property. It's just open land and pasture, so sometimes we will go. There you go. Well, make it a goal, man. Just make sure you always practice firearm safety. The biggest thing with firearm safety is always keep that booger hook off that trigger until you're ready. Never, ever, ever, even in just walking or whatever else, never point a firearm at something that you don't want to destroy. You know? Yeah, it's cool. So part of it too, it's real slick. So it's a hard wearing finish. I mean, that's why they use it on tooling, right? And it's very, very slick, very slippery. So for a firearm finish, it's pretty popular. There's some debate out there because that's a high heat coating. So I think they got to get the part up to like 600 or 700 degrees in order for it to bond. Which some people like to say that's annealing the part or messing with the heat treat. But I don't know if I don't know. I haven't done any Rockwell hardnesses or anything on it to say. But I mean, they use it on barrels, they use it on slides, they use it on frames. So I don't know.
No, it's hard to believe that it's only $549 for MSRP for the P10C for.
And there's like 3 houses because 2 people live on it, and one was her friend's grandma's house, but she passed away. Yeah, always practice firearm safety, Weston. The difference between them? Not much. They're both RPKs. They're both actually the same model number. One has, basically it's the bipods that are on them. One was an earlier import than the other. But they were both imported, I think 2014 maybe. They were bought about 6 months apart. Alvin, how are you doing, man? You're killing it. You're fucking subscribers too. Just slaying it. How much does that normal cost? TI nitrate treatment. That titanium nitrate, I don't know what they charge for it. They definitely, you pay more over a standard firearm. But if you're ever curious, like, you can look up firearms finishes, and just put tin, T-I-N, titanium nitrate. And there's companies out there that'll do it. I think I looked at Cajun Gunworks on their stuff, and it's like $150 a slide or something like that. Probably about the same for the frame. It's, if I were gonna send a gun out to have that, I would send it out to be hard chromed. Hard chrome is a little better, and it's not chrome like on a bumper. It's a hard chrome. It's an industrial finish. It's more of a matte type finish. Almost makes it look like it's stainless, but it's a little bit better. But the titanium nitrate, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of cool. At some point, I'll have to be getting my main gun refinished, and we'll probably go with some of that on. I don't know if it'll be the whole thing or some of the parts, but does it also make it more reliable? Like, don't need to worry about carbon. It's easier to clean. Stuff doesn't stick to it for sure. I don't know if you could say more reliable or not, but it's easy to clean. Things just wipe right off, unless it's fingerprints. I'm just smeared, but it's a good finish. John, how are you doing? John, be sure to double tap that screen. Subscribe to the channel. Pencil me into your will. Feel free to give me your credit card numbers, you know, all the usual stuff. John, how are you doing? How'd your day go? Chrome, it's called hard chrome. So it's, you don't see too many people in like standard production firearms using it anymore, but all the, usually high-end race guns will get it. And it's just because of wear. Stuff doesn't wear out, so it holds tolerance better. You have a real gun bullet in your room. There you go. Vito, what the hell are those bullets back there? That looks like a 50 cal that plays basketball. Yeah, there's some 50 cals on there. If you look on the very back, the far gun, a lot of people seem to look over. The 50 cals probably go to that. Yeah, I bet. Why is what so long? The 50 cal? They're a big gun, man.
I mean, look at that.
Oh, are you talking the cartridge? The cartridge, it's a 50 cal. For instance, next to the 50 cals, there's a 300 short mig, there's 308s, there's 7.62, there's 5.56. 50 cal is a big boy gun. Know the gun? Because it's a full-size rifle. It's got a 29-inch barrel. If you want to penetrate armor, you got to have a big gun. You want to penetrate armor, you need velocity. And the way to get velocity in a firearm is a long barrel. Everybody knows life's all about penetration. America. I hear that. That's what she said, Vito. There you go. Get some emojis up there, Weston. Yeah, man. There you go. John, I'm not gonna lie, man. I really dig that 1911 you got. I'm a sucker for stuff like that. But obviously, I'll keep saying it. We're trying to hit that 15,000 subs today. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, if you're hanging out, double tap that screen. Hard chrome versus black nitride. Hard chrome is better. Black nitride is, it's better than like the old phosphated finishes that they used to use, you know, especially on like World War II type firearms. Nitride has kind of replaced it. Hard chrome is a better finish. So black nitride is a more of a surface treatment, where hard chrome is a finish. It's a metal that's applied to the surface. It's like adding copper, right? Add copper plate and it's hard chrome. It's a plated. So is the titanium nitride. Black nitride is just it's a surface finish. Can a fluted barrel be ported? Yeah. I could. Orange smoke. I was actually hoping you would jump in here. Hayden, I absolutely do have 1022. Hold up. You gotta go get that receipt. You got it?
Are you going to hang on to it?
Yeah. See when this stuff will do it. We have a date for you, Orange Smoke. Can you get hard chrome over black nitride? Yeah, they would strip the finish. So the first thing they would do would be chemically strip the finish. I don't even know how to say that. Demir Knives? Hi, how are you doing? Do you prefer card or cash? On YouTube? Card. 100% card.
I'm not sure what this is. One is for Thursday, the other for Friday.
7:10. That must be Thursday, 7:10?
Mm-hmm.
7:10, you should have something, Orange Smoke. That's the date they gave us. Government tracks everything nowadays. You think you're being slick, and they're tracking your vehicle to and from places. They're tracking. You're being tracked. Just come to terms with that.
Yeah, there's cameras on just about every road.
We heard him. Everybody give him money, guys, for more guns. Yes, give me money for more guns.
More guns, ammo, and match fees.
Match fees is the big one. I think the next thing I need to buy. Yeah. Don't worry about it. That's. John Waits will be next month. We'll get him something next month, and probably D-Dog. I think that's the other big support. We took 3 of our top supporters, the sponsors we've had, and we just tried to do something for you guys back. So I only had enough stuff for 3 to go out, so we did that. But the month of August, we'll get some people too. Like I said, John Winks is number 1 on that list, and I think D-Dog, and we'll see who else in the next month or so climbs that ladder. That's gonna be. I don't want nothing from it. I'd prefer, honestly, Orange Smoke. I'd prefer nothing. That's not a Christmas exchange. That's just saying thank you
For everything you've already given us.
So that'll be. We kind of are setting precedents with that. That'll be, I think, something we're going to try to do monthly is our top. And I'm not even talking financial or anything like that. I'm just saying the guys we see in our comments, we see in our lives, we're going to do something for you. It may be stickers, it may be a patch, it may be a hooker. You never know. You know, everybody wants a hooker. You can always return it to sender. We've all gotten mail that was intended for somebody else. Your wife will understand.
Mail in either sense.
Yeah, man, you guys are all good people too. Oh yes, a hooker. I'm in desperate need. Absolutely, we are too. So, I think everybody take a hooker. I mean, nothing else. You can make them do the dishes. You know?
Make me a sandwich.
You're paying for the hour. Does it matter how you get your hour? I mean, I only need like, I don't even want to say 2 minutes, right? I pay for an hour. I use it for 2 minutes. That's not really getting my money's worth. They might as well go vacuum and do the dishes, right? I don't even think the wife would get mad. She comes home, I'm smiling, the dishes are done, the house is clean. She'd be like,
Your gums are clean?
here's $20 for next time. See? Guys gotta be thinking, man. What do you think a hooker would say if you said, hey, I don't want anything from me, I just want you to come vacuum?
Be a maid.
Rub my feet with butter. Gotta have butter. So Orange Smoke, we're trying to hit that 15,000 subs. I think most of the week here we're gonna 2 minutes means I'm cuddling for 1:30. Exactly. I mean, I don't want to sound pathetic, but we all know. Ain't no self-respecting man taking any real length of time to do something. If it takes you that long, she's doing something wrong. And if she can't figure it out in that amount of time, then she's still doing something wrong. This is all a her problem, not a me problem. My dad told me, I was a young person, he said, son, I got some advice for you. I said, what's that, Dad? He goes, sex is like a drag race. First one finish wins. And nobody cares about the guy who comes in second. 20 seconds. That's with foreplay, right? I mean, I don't know if you guys have kids or not. Actually, I know most of you do, but or how old your kids are. How do you guys ask your old lady, like, hey, I'm going to bed. I go to bed before them. You want to come upstairs and handle some business? You guys got code words for that? My old lady gets mad whenever I bring it up in front of the kids. I usually ask her if she's got a few minutes. Jesus Christ, that's all you ever think about. Well, yeah, kinda. That and what gun I'm buying next, or where we're shooting this weekend, or usually follow directly behind what's for supper. It's all about the important stuff in life. Here, pop this one out. But where are we? Trying real hard to hit that 15,000 subs. I think we'll probably hit it today. See where we're at. That's just a goal. Like I was saying, already months ago, that our first half of summer was going to be very, very busy, very hectic, a lot of shit going on. Now we're getting to this last half of summer. Things are going to slow down. We still got to get with Henry Firearms. We had some dates set up with them, and my schedule changed, their schedule changed. So that trophy room was unbelievable.
No, we lost. We were at 17 away before, so we were 14 away.
So we need 14 more subscribers to hit that 15,000 subs. Which is funny, because when I shouldn't even say this, but like when I'm watching somebody and they're always within a few subscribers and they're watching their numbers, I'll unsubscribe from them. I know it's not funny, and I'll usually tell them I did it just to be a dick, but y'all don't do that to me, please. But yeah, that trophy room, man. I don't even know what to say. That was beyond words, honestly. That was.
Yeah.
I have never seen anything quite like that.
I mean, that trophy room was the size of our house.
Yeah, the trophy room was the size of my house. B. Evans, we appreciate you, sir, very much. I haven't done a whole lot on the channel because I had them strikes. When you get strikes on your channel, YouTube, on your first strike, YouTube will slow you down. when you get your second one, they pretty much kill your channel. It's $2,500 worth it for the fully engraved, fully gold plated. Yes, it is. All them engraved guns, man, you gotta realize they're gonna go up in value. Jaden, didn't you already ask that? Yeah, I have AR pistols. So they're doing the rankings too, Orange Smoke, where the top 3 guys, they get to do special emojis or something. Yeah, no, I have a few. I have one that started out life as a pistol and then got turned into an SBR, which I should put a different stock on it, but I just haven't. Mainly because I like the PDW stock that's on it, or the brace, and like the maximum defense one is kind of what I would want, or the old Troy Industries. They're expensive, dude. My winter gun time is, or gunplay time is usually from October to November. Then I get through Christmas. Then from January till end of March is usually my gun time, gun buying time, gun building time. Yeah. There's probably a horse one in there somewhere, John. I bet if you type in horse, it'd probably be a unicorn. CZ and Colt, I would say that's probably a unicorn. I know for a fact they have unicorn emojis. Winks, I had high hopes for you, bud, but you're on an 1911 kick. Yeah, but I can't knock him for the one any of them. I would be proud to own them. They're slick. There you go. There's the horses. Cabo, I'm sorry, I was kind of ignoring you there. Didn't mean to. Cabo, I don't know how to say your name, man. And I'm not sure what WOXIT is. I'm assuming you're saying hi. Probably said hi. So if you didn't say hi, I'm saying hi. What the fuck? Oh gosh. You know, Orange Smoke, I do have feelings. I mean, I should find it. I have a certificate that says I have feelings. I ordered them off eBay. My wife always told me I didn't have any feelings, so I ordered them. I got a certificate that says so. I'm not sure where it is. I should probably find it. Rubbish. There you go. But yeah, I think the plan, Orange Smoke, is some point this week I have to do some reloading, but probably for sure, today, tomorrow, Wednesday, hopefully Thursday we'll do a live. Try and push these algorithms, start pushing it strong again. That August 2nd is that last strike comes off on August 2nd. At that point, I should be pretty well out of YouTube jail. Kind of sucked when they gave me them strikes because they gave them to me a couple months apart on old videos. And it's like, man, I had a bunch of shit I want to put up, but it's kind of a waste of, if they're not going to push it and allow it to be seen, it doesn't really pay to waste your content. Wait until you're out of YouTube jail and post it then. Brandon, I love that. Can't tell, is that like a SpongeBob? I see the green square face. Looks like a SpongeBob. How much is your YouTube bail bonds? Maybe we can come together and bond you. No, there's no bonding out on this one, buddy. This is straight, you're guilty because we say you're guilty. I had the 2 strikes. One was some kid was threatening harm on himself. And even after I warned him, hey man, can't be saying that, blah, blah, blah. He kept saying it, and to the point where it was concerning, right? So I reported that. I got a strike for harmful, dangerous acts with a minor, with a child, for reporting a kid for self-harm. That's fantastic. Lesson learned. Somebody wants to say shit like that, by all means, do it. Put a video up. Let's see it. Pure Alaska, I'm good, man. How are you? What's going on with you? And then the other one was on a video that was 6 months old. My 2 dogs were playing. They were in the living room here, playing over the bone. So the white dog was playing with the brindle, and they got me for white supremacy. They said it was white supremacy because the white dog was playing with the colored dog, and I argued it. Like, and they stuck me. They left it on there. They said it was white supremacy because the white dog was playing with the brown dog. But what the fuck? How you gonna give me a strike for that? 2 dogs playing, but they did. So, let's see. Demon, I moved into town and was given a 9mm high point till I get back to work and purchase a better firearm. 1911 is a dream. There you go. Nothing wrong with the high point. I mean, it wouldn't be my first choice in firearms, but I would have a high point over a PSA. Or a Canic. Vontae, how are you doing, man? I appreciate you subscribing. Trying real hard to get us over that 15,000 mark. I'm not going to light a little bonfire. I'm not going to blow a stupid whistle. Gage was talking, he might put on a suit with boobs and get some butter out. Well, I mean, it's an affordable firearm that kind of has a niche that way. All right, man. Go grab some food. I need to do that yet. As soon as I'm done priming this brass. I was having that conversation at a store today too, and we're talking about Canics and high points, and I told him the same thing, and the guy's like, "Come on, I've looked at all the Canics. We had a chance to shoot them recently, and other than they have a nice trigger, there was nothing about the gun I liked. Maybe for a newer shooter that's like getting into stuff, you know, some of them make sense. They come with holsters, they come with 3 magazines, they come with accessories, ammo. Where's that paper?
I think it's
Don't take off yet, ammo. Hang on. I got something for you too.
I believe he's Friday.
Is it? Hold on. Thanks for looking.
It's going off. I don't know why.
Let's see. Hold on, I'm looking. You should have something on Friday. Let's see. I hope they get rid of the NFA. The GOA is better than the NRA. I don't know if they're better. They're just doing it differently. The NRA used to be quite the powerhouse, and then it got corrupt, man. You know, it got really corrupt. People started thinking about their own personal financial gains and lost focus on what they're supposed to be doing, right? That's horrible. GOA, you know, it's all lawyers, man. They're on their game, you know. If you ask me which one you should be a member to, you should be a member to both. The NRA, what people don't realize too is the NRA maybe lost some of its lobbying and their ability to affect lawmakers, but what they still do is they still sponsor a lot of types of shootings. Like the shooting my kids do, that's all sponsored by the NRA. You know, there's a ton of stuff that the NRA sponsors. Gun ranges. I mean, they sponsor gun ranges. They sponsor youth shooting programs. They sponsor adult shooting programs. That type of stuff we can't lose focus of what all that is too. So for that aspect, the NRA is still good. They still have some good in them. You know what I mean? So Weston, I did see it, man. You said you had a dip. Sorry, I was chatting. Luxury Cars, how are you doing, man? Hope you're having a good day. Hey, consider subscribing to the channel. Double tap that screen. Go to Ammo's channel. Send him feet pics, or do feet pic videos and tag him in it. He loves them. He's a little weird like that. Did you want to? Oh, I didn't want to show you anything. I'm just saying, check your mail. Yeah. Yeah, check your mail on Friday. You'll have something there. Oh, new feet pics? Yeah, dude. Ammo's a little freak, dude. You should see all the feet pics he sends me. You guys ain't seen nothing until you get a feet pic from Ammo at 3 a.m. 223 DMR, how are you doing? How's your day going? Appreciate you jumping on and joining the fantastic world of we can't have that in my country. Okay, walrus feet. You say walrus feet, what you really mean to say is ooh. You shoot this week at all, Ammo? Hey, so you never responded. Did you ever get my stage descriptions when I sent them to you? Because I worked hard at them. The IDPA stage descriptions. So if you guys don't know what IDPA is a competition, and like USPSA will say there's a set of targets. This is kind of what you have to do this stage. Go do it. IDPA will give you what's called a stage brief, and a lot of times it'll go like this. There you are, sitting on your toilet, reading a newspaper, when suddenly the door busts open and there's 3 large gangbangers that say, give me some of that booty, boy. On the start command, draw and fire 2 rounds each. It's always something like that. Give me that booty, boy. Yeah, IDPA gets very creative. It's always you versus a bunch of gangbangers.
Or thieves or something.
Now, if I were still doing stage design, it would be you against a bunch of liberals.
Trying to take your guns.
Yeah, you can't drop a loaded bag. They get you on that. So IDPA, I'm not going to say it's better to start with that than USPSA, but it's a little slower pace than USPSA. However, a lot of people really get beat up on the rules of it, and it gets discouraging. Nobody wants to go out and then hear, you got 5 procedurals. You didn't do that right. You didn't do this right.
You got procedural because you lean too much.
Yeah, you lean too much. You forgot to do a tactical reload or a reload with retention or whatever goofy shit they came up with.
You didn't shoot them in the right order.
Yeah, you didn't shoot them in the right order. That's another one. Tactical priority, tactical sequence. Yeah, all that good stuff. Good stuff. Let's remember, there you were sitting on the toilet when suddenly 3 large men burst through the door. Say, Ammo, that booty's mine. I'm here, boys. That's why we all go to the bathroom with a spare magazine and a pistol. Because that could happen. That could happen, right? Either one, if any of y'all ever had a chance to play any of them games, they're fun. Getting to go out and shoot guns fast is fun. Getting to go out and progressively get better is a lot of fun. Nobody cares. Nobody's worrying about how you're shooting or if you're doing good or doing bad because they're worried about the same thing. Everybody has good stages. Everybody has bad stages. And everybody misses. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Oh, I can only imagine. Come on, boys. Papa Ammo's got a milkshake for you. Somebody order special sauce. Ammo's grabbing him by the pants, like, get back here, like Deliverance. Hold him, squeal, boy, squeal. Show you busted into the wrong house. Get back here. Speaking of the toilet, you'll be right back. 223 DMR, take me with you. I promise you it won't be weird for either one of us. That would be weird if I were doing a live and I had to go. That'd be a little awkward. We can talk you through this. Like, all right, 223 DMR, breathe. Ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, push. 1, 2, 3. Push. Oh, take a breath. Take a breath. Take a breath. Put your feet up for extra leverage. Let's see. Definitely would be feeling bad for anyone breaking into Ammo's house uninvited.
Yeah, kids are in the middle of taking toothpicks.
I think Ammo would probably walk out of the room and just let the kids have them. Be kind of like me with my dogs. They'd handle it.
Yeah.
I don't have to push, LOL. Well, I mean,
$20 is $20, I guess.
Papa, look at me. Where are we at? We make our goal. So Ammo, we're trying to get that 15,000 mark. August 2nd. Get more pleasure with Fist. Hell yeah. You want to feel something, you know? I just want to feel something for once. Ate a lot of watermelon. Well, spray. I mean, are you at work or are you at home?
10.
We need 10 more?
Yeah.
We need 10 more subscribers. So all you slackers that are sitting there in the background listening to some weird shit, not sure what you stumbled onto, go ahead and subscribe. You're at home. Well, pay the snucka. What's going on with you? Appreciate you stopping by. We're trying to hit that 15,000 subs in this live. We're close. We're within 10 now. You're off for the summer. I remember you drive bus. It's got to be... When do you have to go back to work? Is it end of August? On point 2A, I almost missed you, sir. I was looking. I saw Pay the Snucka scroll. I'm good. We're trying to hit that 15,000 subs. So that's a goal. Trying to shake everybody down. Prime and brass for my daughter. I got to load her some ammo. I have a bunch of brass I won at the sectional match when we shot there. Or I shot there. I was the only one that shot it. But ammo's at a local gas station arguing with a homeless engineer. I don't know what to tell you about that. Throw a handful of change into the street. Ammo homeless engineer sounds like 2025. Yeah. Yeah, it does. Not much on point. Hope Paul as well. Yeah. On point, how are you doing, man? Hey, in case I haven't said it to all you guys lately, I really do appreciate you guys jumping in. I look forward to it when you guys get on the shorts and stuff. I look forward to that. I really do appreciate that support. It's I legitimately from me, I appreciate seeing all you guys. I appreciate the support you give me. There's times it gets real frustrating, you know. So you said you shoot this weekend, Ammo? I half read your comment. I think that's what he said this weekend, IDPA.
Maybe.
Have you shot any more of them fallen steel matches? I haven't had the opportunity to do any of them around here. I would like to try that though. Yeah, I appreciate all of you. Thursday and Saturday. We got a new camera.
It's Pro Ace 360.
So, like, I don't know if I'll just make a range trip to go try it and play with it. But we have a new camera that'll do first person view of shooting matches. I'll still shake my kids down or somebody down to record, but to be able to do some first person views will be alright too. I gotta get out of the indoor range, going back to private land on Friday. There you go. What are you taking to shoot? Indoor ranges serve a purpose. They do. But they also create a lot of problems. Indoor range, all the targets, you have a distance, right? 0 to 25 yards, per se, but the targets are usually at the same distance, right? You're shooting them straight on, you're not moving around. So it's good for fundamentals. It's good for curing the winter blues, but getting out, being able to move around is a good thing. Setting targets up at different ranges, different angles, higher, lower, whatever. It's all good. No steel. The steel looked like a blast. I literally go to the darkest shooting range around. There you go. Indoor ranges do get boring after going every single weekend for years on it. They do, but it's good for building the fundamentals. They are good too. To have other people shooting, you have to focus at not flinching harder. I don't know if training in the range is best. I've gotten stuck shooting in the rain a lot, and I'll tell you what, I have never come home and been like, man, that was so much fun, I want to do it some more. I do it, I won't go shoot if the whole day is going to be raining, but if it's probably going to be raining, I'll go. But it creates problems. It's a whole nother variable, which is, to a point, it's good, right? The open emitter red dots, like the Vortex my kid has, or the Seymours, them suck in the rain, dude. It just washes your whole dot out. You can't see a fucking thing. Only time I flinch is when someone on the lane next to me has a short barrel 5.56 with a brake. Yeah, I know them types of people. Just know this, John. They're not doing it by accident. They're doing it because they think it's funny. And it is.
Yeah. It is honestly kind of funny to watch just the whole range get empty.
My range is strict on rapid fire, and I just can't. Yeah, that's gay. You gotta ask, why is it a big deal with rapid fire? If I'm rapid fire, right? If I'm shooting a target and I'm accurately engaging this target with every shot, I'm accurately engaging it. What is too fast? I get it. Some people 1 round an hour is too fast. Some people 3 rounds in 2 seconds is too fast. And for some people, 6 rounds in 2 seconds. Everybody has a different measure. A lot of the outdoor range, I remember one time I was arguing with an outdoor range, and they're like, we do it because of noise. Like, motherfucker, you got 100 people out here on a firing line. You're telling me because I just dumped a 30-round magazine that creates too much noise? Fuck off. Tucker, how are you doing? Good to see you. Love the black and gold M9s. Appreciate it. part of it too, like with that situation, pay the snucka. I get it to a point because how can we police you, but we can't police everybody else? And if we let you do it, everybody else wants to do it. Well, that's when you go out there as a range officer and say, look, you guys fucking suck. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. Calm down. Take a lesson. Watch the dude over there on what he's doing and how he's doing it. Go home. Get better. That's good, man. I'm glad to see you. If you haven't double tapped that screen, if you're not, consider subscribing to the channel. Some random Tehran. Yep, there's 2 RPKs up there. Literally Judah. Magazine, I'm not sure what you mean by that. I actually, years ago, I got kicked out of a range, and I liked it. It was an outdoor range, one of the bigger ones in the area, and they had a rule against rapid fire. And it was you couldn't fire more than 2 rounds in 3 seconds. So I had a shot timer with me, and I would do a quick double, boom, boom. And then I had a par time set up, so at 3 seconds, it would beat. So no more than 2 rounds in 3 seconds, boom, boom, do a quick double, wait 3 seconds, do another quick double. And they kicked me out over it. For life. And it wouldn't have been for life, but they were arguing with me, and I said, hey, look, these are your rules. Here's the shot timer. This is what I'm doing. Fuck off. They didn't like being told to fuck off. I mean, pop that one over. Actually, don't even. I damaged it. Damn, that thing's really annoying. I would never go back. Well, I used to shoot. They had a lot of cool rifle matches, and they had steel plates, 200 and 330 yards. So the plate rack was just a blast to shoot. That was actually the one thing I went out there for was the plate rack and the rifle matches. But the range itself, it was one of these ranges that pretty much the biggest public range around, outdoor range, but they also had a huge bar in it. So 90% of the people, we'll get rid of it, 90% of the people would show up, set their gun out on a bench, and then sit in the bar. That was their whole, telling their old lady I'm going shooting. So get a bunch of fucking, y'all can imagine. So again, to some extent I understood, hey, we have to have a rule. There's people that can't fire 1 round in an hour and do it safe. But don't bang on somebody that knows what they're doing. And
because with that rapid fire, he was hitting you too.
Yeah, that was the thing. I was hitting on my shit. But whatever. Nobody likes being told, hey, you're an idiot, go away. Especially when they're the ones that are supposed to be in charge. Life lesson there. Don't tell people that are in charge, you're an idiot, you're talking out your ass, go away. So, that is what it is. Hey, Gage. Gage. Come here. But we used to have this indoor range too. Can you send a few of them overseas? Absolutely. I won't even have you pay shipping. I'll pay the whole thing. See where we're at. I rapid fire and land my shots. The haters are the ones that can't land their rapid fire shots, and I only train to shoot 1 round every 30 seconds. The more you do it, the easier it gets, right? There's everybody has a different skill set. Yeah. There's people that, I watch them shoot and I'm absolutely impressed. Where's your mom anyway?
I'm pretty sure.
Hey Peter, I tell you what, go in the super chats or the super thanks and feel free to throw some money on that. I'm not saying you're going to get anything in return, but feel free. Yeah, we met that goal. So we're still within 10. We need 10 more subscribers to hit our 15,000 mark. I would really like to see you guys hit that, or me hit it. Right? It's my goal. Almost out of brass though. So if you guys are sitting there trolling and just kind of peeking through the window, come join the chat. Check out Ammo's page. He puts daily feet pics up. Sometimes the feet pics are so hot I can't even believe it's him. But he's not fooling me for a second. Come on, damn it. I was in one of Ammo's lives one night, and it was late. Like, I was trying to go to bed, and he started giving me a hard time because I thought you were going to be in bed, bro. So I sent him a picture. I sent him a picture when I was in bed. Roblox Master 83. No ARs? Not out, no. .50 cal Barrett beats AR. RPK beats AK. That's like, if you're wondering what I'm saying, it's the paper, rock, scissors of the gun world. So John, I know you're talking about getting a CZ. What's honestly next on your plate? What do you think you're gonna pick up next? At Roblox, I have a bunch of ARs. They're just not out. There's only so much room to put so many things out. So if you notice the table, most of the stuff that's out is all doubles. There's a second one sitting next to it. That was kind of the purpose of this. Maybe the DWX, I just don't want any more 9mm as of right now. You have any 10mm? You know, that's one thing with like European firearms. Is a lot of the really good European firearms, they don't come in too many options. Most of them are 9mm or 32 or 380. 45 ACP is an American thing. 40, unless you're still shooting competitively, nobody wants 40 anymore. But I will say, the time for CZs like the Shadow 2, I'm pretty sure they discontinued the Shadow 2. All the Tactical Sport Oranges are discontinued. When we stopped at the shop today, I was asked if I want to sell a couple of them oranges. They told me what they're getting for them, and I'm gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm considering it. I'm not going to, but the thought is there. So, 10mm are cool. 10mm in a 1911 is actually really badass. Caged my thoughts. Appreciate you, sir. Hey, if you haven't, double tap that screen, Caged, and consider subscribing to the channel. We're trying to get that 15,000 subs. And with your support, we might be able to do that.
This live.
This live, yeah. That's the goal. Every time you guys put a thumbs up on a short or a live or subscribe to a gun content channel, that's flipping the middle finger off to all the liberals and all the anti-gunners at YouTube. So if you're all about telling some liberal to go get bent, then by all means. Yeah. Fucking California, dude. They're a bunch of fucking commie bastards.
They really are.
They are. They are a whole fucking another level of... They're the fun police, dude. They're the fucking kids at school that when everybody was having fun and they were sitting there, they're having fun and I'm not invited. They won't let me play at recess. The only time they play with me is when they play dodgeball and everybody throws the ball at me. It's because you're a whiny little bitch. Dan Weston makes 10mm 1911s and CZ DNA. Yeah. You can't even say that Dan Weston's got CZ DNA. Because Dan Weston, they were their own little entity. They make great firearms. They're not cheap. But they make good guns. They always have. You know, considering how much that last Colt was, have you ever thought about like a Wilson Combat or a Les Bear or an Ed Brown? Okay, have you ever looked at any of them? Yeah, they did. Pull it up, Gage. Dan Weston. I think it was a Kodiak. If I remember right, it was called a Kodiak. Look it up.
Dan Weston Kodiak.
Dan Weston, 10mm 1911. I don't know if they're still in current production, but they did make them. That's another very, very American cartridge. 40's kind of weird because other, European countries, some of them do use 40 yet, but it's dying. 9mm is pretty much Reagan kill king. Specialist, Dan Weston specialist.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing right now.
There you go. Look at the Kodiak ones because I'm pretty sure that was 10mm too. May have to do just a Google search. You're welcome, John. I'll gladly spend your money. Wilson Combat, Ed Brown, and Les Bear, them are all three incredible manufacturers that really kind of set the world on fire. Kind of like your Colt you have. That's a gun that is only going to go up in value.
It is also 10.
Huh?
It is also 10.
What, the Kodiak?
Yeah.
Yeah. A guy I watch every once in a while, he's got a channel, Overzealous Gun Collector. He's got a bunch of Dan Weston 10mm. He's a pretty humble guy and he's been pretty quiet lately, but he's got some really badass guns. Oh, tell me I got just enough primers too. I got one left. One left. Oh yeah. There. Bam. Alright, where are we at on the numbers? How do you feel about high bore axis pistols? So everybody has a different idea of what high bore axis is. So really, high bore axis firearms have a bigger slide. It's up higher, where lower bore axis, the slides are smaller. Depending on the gun and how it's balanced, definitely affects the feel. If you're asking if there's a big difference between something low bore axis like a CZ versus a Glock, essentially the barrel sits in the same place in your hand. It's the reciprocating mass that matters. So a gun that is cut out for weight savings or lightning cuts or something, they would feel about the same. So the high versus low bore axis doesn't mean much. It's how large or small is the slide. How much reciprocating mass do you have there?
We're 7 away.
7 away. We got 7 more to go. Come on, guys. 7 more.
Want to go till 6:30? Might get it in that time, possible.
Probably go 6:30 here, and we'll shut it off. If we don't get it, we don't get it. And I don't know. I don't know that I'll be able to handle making liberal fat jokes anymore. It might just like devastate me. Probably not. I will be just fine. I mean, I'm gonna go home, or I'm gonna go upstairs. I'm gonna punch my pillow. Just jack that. But at the end of the day, the tub of butter is gonna come out of the fridge, and I'm gonna get my certificate out that says I have feelings now. I'm a big boy, Mom. I have feelings. Look. I would love to have explained the look on my wife's face when I pulled that out, because I didn't like instantly pull it out. I waited till the next time we were arguing, and she goes, "You don't have any feelings." I said, "Oh, bullshit. I got feelings. I bought them off eBay." Throws away. Winks, if you get a 1911 10mm, I won't give you a hard time. That's a real 1911. There you go. You know, though, John, the 10mm 1911s, you can get a 40 conversion barrel too. So not only that, but there's some other calibers. There's probably a 357 SIG conversion out there. I can't even think of the other calibers. Glock always feels like the last chick at the bar. Sure, she can get it done, but nothing to brag about. A Glock's a Glock. It's a service pistol. They don't do anything exceptionally well, but they do everything okay. Kind of like that chick at 3 a.m. You know, you're not going to watch your friend. You're not going to take pictures and brag about it to your friends, but it definitely gets the job done. 223 DMR, hang on, you might be getting 2 more. Right on. Mighty Guns, some beauties on the table. I appreciate it. New York Outcast, I appreciate you too. Mike the Savage, are the 22 revolvers any good? Yeah, they're okay. They're Ruger Wranglers, so they're a step up from like a Heritage Rough Rider, but they're not a single 6 convertible or something else. They're a great gun if you just want to have fun plinking. They don't have adjustable sights. I know they have some models now that do. Them ones don't. It's just a U-notch sight. Both of them are for my kids. My son has one. My daughter has one. They're a fun gun for a kid to shoot because you manually cock it each and every time. And then when you eject the spent casings, you do it one at a time. So for a kid, it keeps kind of your attention and it keeps your focus. As an adult, they're fun to play with, but you're not like coming your pants over it. You know, they're fun. New York Outcast agrees. Orange Smoke always thought that too, but 45 ACP 1911s won 2 World Wars, sir. Yeah, there's that. Only because John, they didn't have 10mm yet. You know what was
4 away.
John Browning's first 1911 or 1911 type design? That was a 32 auto, wasn't it? The early Colt was a 1901 or 1903. He only designed a 45 ACP because that's what the military wanted. Otherwise, it would have never been in a 45 ACP. That was strictly to meet a U.S. contract. Thank you, Rob. Mike the Savage, heck yeah. Mike the Savage, subscribe to the channel. Double tap. Mighty Guns, you're making me want to add a CZ to my collection. Mighty Guns, I'm going to tell you this. All right, this is an inside joke for all of us CZ guys. We all have small penises. If you're okay with that, I'm okay with it. And everybody that knows I have a CZ knows that. We're in it for the fun of it. So everybody's gonna, oh, you got a CZ. Yeah, I'm sophisticated. CZs are great though. They're great shooting guns. They're reliable. They have. See, there you go. That's why you want one, sir. How's the Ruger Wrangler trigger? The Ruger Wrangler trigger isn't bad. It's a single action only trigger. I don't think we've ever put it on a trigger pull gauge. So I'm gonna say it's probably a 4.5, maybe a 5-pound trigger, right? About.
Probably.
It's got a little bit of creep to it, but it's an inexpensive firearm. They're not expensive, so for what you're getting, for what you're paying for it, they're good. You would be more happy with that versus a Rough Rider. If you bought a Rough Rider and a Ruger Wrangler, you would consider the Rough Rider a waste of money. How many more subs do you need now? Pull up, Gage.
I think it's 4.
Thoughts on Diddy? I have no thoughts on Diddy. You know, everything I know is probably the same as you know. It's just from the news. You know, was the dude a bad dude? Probably. Did he do bad things? Definitely. Did he do anything that all these other rich Hollywood people are doing? No, he's doing the same shit they are. He just finally pissed off the wrong person, and you know, whatever it was, he finally butt raped the wrong guy. You know, Steve Harvey, you've raped me 10 times in the butt. You will not do an 11th time, sir. You know, something like that. Yeah, on Diddy, sounds like he needs some gun lube instead of raw dogging. You know, Stifler, what's going on, man? How are you doing? Where are we at, Gage? Stifler, we're trying to hit our 15,000 subs today. And we're close. We're within what?
2 away.
We're within 2. Ruger Wrangler runs flawless by shooting 1,000 rounds out of it in the range shot. It does. It absolutely does. But like I said, for a kid, because you're manually cocking it each time and you're manually ejecting the rounds, it keeps your focus a little bit longer. So, raw dogging, would you still use baby oil even after everything, especially with the fact that we don't know what happened to the oil, so it's possible it's being resold? Let's be honest, right? All that baby oil was confiscated. It was all confiscated. Clearly, you guys know how interns are, right? They didn't get rid of that oil. I mean, that's for the new batch of interns. You know? Let's see. Humphrey Bogart. That's a nice tiny collection. I appreciate it, man. So it's not how many you have, it's just the way you use them. Eugene Krabs. Shout out. Well, there's your shout out, sir. Oil up with hoppies. Hoppies is sexy. I mean, any real gun guy gets an erection when they smell hoppies. I don't think there's any way around that. Where are we at? Yeah, size doesn't. Man, it's like this. Who are you really in it for? Do you really care if they're happy, fulfilled, and satisfied? I'm not. I'm in it for me. They're just there, you know? I'm sure most people had an idea of what they were getting into. Lots of famous people are freaks. Yeah, they're all freaks, man. Nobody showed up to a Diddy party and didn't know there was going to be some anal raping going on. That's probably why they went. You know? I mean, that was kind of a well-known thing, right? I mean, even South Park, like years ago, was making jokes about it, you know? But it goes to show, man, a person with a lot of financial means and a lot of, what I want to call it, reach, influence, or impact, people are willing to go get butt raped just to get ahead. I mean, look at Justin Bieber. You know, he's been bouncing off of Diddy's dick for what, 15 years or more. I would love to go into Justin Bieber's song with that, but I don't know any. You know, these people knew what was at stake. They knew they'd probably show up and they're probably going to get a little anal rape, and then they're probably going to get a music contract. You know, for us it's $20. For them it's 20 million. I mean, at least they were nice enough to provide lube, right? It could have been so much worse. I don't care for the Lucas gun grease, to be honest. It has a foul smell to it, and I don't think it works as well. So the shooter's choice, I know you talked about that before, where it like melts. It's not really melting. It's going into more of a liquid state versus a semi-solid. You're not hurting the lube by getting it hot. If you got the gun hot enough that it starts boiling, then maybe. But I've tried Lucas. I have Lucas here, but I'm not a fan of Lucas. What are you saying? There's something wrong with raw dog? Absolutely not. There's nothing wrong with sticking her in dry. Yeah, it just liquidates pretty much, and it doesn't take much. You got to figure like, so it gets to more of a liquid state. It's lubricant, you know. It's gonna stay where you want it. Just think about it though. When you clean the guns, how much easier is it to clean the Lucas, or I'm sorry, the shooter's choice off versus oil? I mean, the shit just wipes right off. Ask Gage. He's a master of friction, heat, melting points, and lube. All right, Gage. Gage, sit up here. Now, honestly, as funny as that is, he can honestly give you a pretty good opinion about it. Some people don't mind selling out for, I missed that. What did it say? Some people don't mind selling out for cash or gifts until it becomes public. Hey man, $20 is $20. Even think about it like this. Look at the people on YouTube and the shit they're willing to do for money, right? Some of these guys are like, they're making a fool of themselves, and it's all fun and games until like their boss finds out, or their coworkers, or maybe a chick they want to go out on a date with. How would you like to be the dude that you show up, finally get a date with a hot chick, and she's like, I know you. You're the toilet paper, or the toilet seat guy. RDK7, they are real. RDK7, be sure to double tap that screen. Consider subscribing to the channel. Where are we at? Yeah, I don't use oil much. So the oil, 298. We need 2 more subscribers. The oil has a place. You know, like dropping it around your trigger, so you don't have to disassemble your trigger. Now I do that, but like in between of a deep clean and where I really disassemble the gun, trigger's getting a little stiff, I'll take a couple drops of oil and drop it in there. Absolutely. NA, my self-respect or freedom is worth more to me. Everybody has a price. Jesus fucking Christ. What's up, Miss Harley?
Where were you all day?
With Rachel?
You can do me a solid. These can go back on the bench downstairs.
No, socks is in your butt.
He is kind of on live, Harvey.
Yeah, I am on the live. And come back and get them. Let's see. YCD Guns. we are having great days. I hope you're having a great
Where
day.
does this all go?
On the bench, load bench. We're having a good day. Everything's going good. We're trying to hit our 15,000 subscribers. We're 2 away. Yeah, like I said, that's about where we use oil too. And even oil, it only gets you so far, so long. Like, I finally had to completely disassemble my checkmate because I broke a spring in it, and it was foul, you know. It was foul. I can't even say anything more than that. It smelled. It like had a it had almost a fishy type smell, and it was from the oil I'd been using. So, Mike the Savage here. 1 second, I got someone. There you go. Yeah, switch to grease. YCD guns. It's the best stuff. It is. Use shooter's choice though. That's my favorite. Which handgun do you trust the most as a duty weapon? As a duty weapon, a Glock. Something to be said for Glocks. Like somebody said earlier, they're not much to look at, but they are 100% a service pistol. They get the job done. What are you pissed off about?
Go! Is this it?
Not gonna lie, guys, I've contemplated getting rid of everything except YCD guns. Don't even say that. There's time, man. Delete that message. Guns come and go, you know. As when you're first getting into guns, you most people progress up the ladder. The higher up the ladder you get, the more expensive they get. But the more things you can appreciate, what you want and why. It's good sometimes to have the things you started with to take out and shoot, and then you can appreciate the nicer things you got later. People say everyone has a price, but I don't think so. What price would be worth your mother, sister, son, daughter? Now it's different, lol. Some things just aren't for sale. So let's answer it like this, right? So what's the price? Well, I have 2 sons and a daughter. Would I be willing to accept the price if they joined the service and made the ultimate sacrifice? Kinda, you know. Now, if something happened to them walking down the street or harm, would I have a problem with that? Yeah. So it depends on what you're talking to. People have, what's your self-respect worth? What's your self-dignity worth? What are you willing to sacrifice? You know, as a father with kids, I came to terms with my oldest that, hey, you know, he may decide to go into the service, and he may decide, or maybe not decide, but may end up in harm's way. Them were conversations we had, and you know, I had to support him in it. He chose not to, but them are things you have to do. Now, self-respect, self-dignity. You know, am I gonna take money and let some black dude rail me in the ass with baby oil? Probably not. You know, dude offers you $5 million cash. Are you gonna let him fucking rail you in the ass for 2 minutes? Show me the cash. I mean, there's sacrifices. Am I saying that's what I would want to do or would even contemplate it? No. But if somebody said, hey, a couple minutes of pure fucking agony and hell, and you can put your family in a financial situation that you would have never been able to do it, they would be financially stable, would it be worth it? I don't know. You know, would you be able to look at somebody and be like, yeah, I let Diddy fuck me in the ass for 2 minutes and I got $5 million out of it? I mean, you guys would know, because I'd have, you know, an Infinity up here and I'd have a belt fed up here and everything else. But, you know, it's easy to say what people's standards, values, and ethics are until they're truly put to the test. You know, you'd say you wouldn't do it until, like,
Here's some guy with $5 million.
Here's some guy with $5 million saying, hey, you know, come back that booty up, boy. I got something for you, you know. So, I mean, that's being realistic. You know what everybody's thing would. You know, I don't know. I don't know what it would take. You know, can you honestly say now? Would I want my kids to do it? Would I want my wife to? Maybe my wife before me, right? I mean, hey, 5 million. She goes spends 2 minutes with the dude. I'm cool with that. You know. Tech. As my wife just came home and she's sitting here listening to this with like zero backstory, by the way, that's fantastic. What, Harley?
I got a question.
What?
Who keeps putting the doll at the top of the stairs to scare me?
I've been putting it there.
I know you have.
Not to scare you though.
Scare who?
Let's see. So for me, I like the Glock 17. I haven't tried the 47. I'm considering. I'm contemplating it. It seems like a hot ticket, but I don't know. Tech kill. I'm doing good. How are you doing? I appreciate you showing up. My channel's FV Ordnance. Yeah, she'll get over it, dude. I mean, everybody has a price, and it's easy to say you wouldn't until the money were sitting there. I mean, somebody offers me a brick at 22, I might consider it. You know, ammunition's ammunition. You know, it depends. Am I allowed to cry during it, or better yet, am I allowed to look at a gun catalog while this is going on? Like, okay, this really sucks, but hey, man,
These are some really
put
cool guns
put
I can afford.
put that in my shopping cart. Put that in my shopping cart. Put that in my shopping cart. Are you done yet? No. Put that in my shopping cart. Put that. You know. I don't think so. I've said a whole lot worse. I've been married a long time. So, you guys that are joining, if you haven't, double tap the screen. Consider subscribing. Consider subscribing to the channel. We're trying to get our 15,000 here.
We're one away.
We're one away. We need one more subscriber. Come on.
Hey, literally, we're $14.99 or $9.99.
Need one more. Somebody out there's got to want to do it for America, right? Somebody's got to want to do it just for the Diddy stories to stop. As long as you're comfortable, the hell with the money. yeah. I just do it for fun. Fuck it. You know, no, I wouldn't. If I could cry during and like, why are we talking about this? Is fucked up. Why are we talking about fucking getting hammered over? That's just wrong. This is human trafficking 101 right here. Come on, boy. Name your price, boy.
Ask him about your thoughts on Diddy was.
Squeal like a pig. No, money isn't everything. You know, money. Especially when you're talking big money, right? It isn't so much the money; it's the circumstances that or opportunities that it would provide, right? My wife works hard. I work hard sometimes. You know, would it be cool to not have to have your kids work hard, or you know, have a better quality life? Sure. I mean, think about it. We're all whoring ourselves out every day, right? We can talk about getting pounded in the ass, but each and every one of you goes to work every day, right? You work 40, 50, 60 hours a week. YCD Guns works overtime. I work overtime. I have no choice, you know? Do you not somehow think you're not getting fucked in the ass that way? Absolutely we are. All of us, you know? We are a slave to our own devices. We imprison ourselves with wants, needs, and desires. And greed. You know? I mean, do I need a bunch of guns? No, I don't. Do I have them? Well, yeah, of course.
Do you want more?
You know? I have nothing against M&Ps. I just don't own any. So like I was telling somebody earlier, right? So with the shooting we do, I stick with similar platforms. Because, you know, I don't just go to the range and shoot a gun for bullseyes. You know, we're shooting it in matches and stuff. So we have a dozen magazines, holsters, you know, and whatever other gear, you know, the support parts on hand. So I don't. I mean, I have a lot of guns, but Glocks, they take Glock magazines. Berettas, they take Beretta magazines. You know, CZs, they take CZ magazines. On CZ, there's a couple different types, but that's why I don't have a Canic and an MP and a Wolf. It's just the cost that goes with it. Uh, you know, that's really the honest reason right there. I work really hard, and it seems as though something snatches it every time I get in a good spot. That's the way it always is, man. You know, that's like rat race. You know, everybody fucking gets kicked in the balls every time everything's going good. You know damn well something's gonna come in there. You know, you start making plans for the future. You know, it bites you. Onion Barkley, you could be. Where are we at?
Still 14.
Onion Barkley, if you're still here, you could do this all on your own. You could be our 15,000 subscriber. You, sir, have the power. YCD Guns, my buddy broke his Walther P22. I like Walther P22s. I got mine back in, when did I get that? I think like 2003. I've had it all this time. I have both barrels for it. Mine was still made in Germany. I actually like the Walther 22. What did he break on it? Because there's aftermarket parts. You know, Smith & Wesson owns them.
15,000.
15,000. Now tell me, there you go. Onion Barkley, come on. Everybody give him props. Onion Barkley, there you go. There you go. Onion Barkley, you are a 15,000 subscriber, sir. Well done. Well done. I appreciate it. Orange Smoke, as always, man, you never fail to let us down. Hey, Harley! We'll let her take. She gets excited. Every time we're doing a live, she always asks if you, John Winks, and Ammo, and not a sponsor, like for some reason. Harley! Come here! Fucking girls, dude. I tell you what. Having a daughter, that's a humbling experience for any man right now. Orange Smoke did something for you.
Thank you, Orange Smoke.
Yeah, we appreciate it, sir. That'll absolutely goes to them for shooting. YCD Guns, there was a snag or something that was on the frame, and over time it sheared something. That's what was explained to me. But hey, 15,000 rounds.
Dad,
Is it repairable? Did you talk to Smith & Wesson and send it in?
Is it nice?
Mike Savage for the win. All my subscribers claim to have grown their hair back, lost weight, gotten tired of all the girls chasing them. Please join at your own risk. Absolutely.
Orange Smoke, you're the best.
I will 100% encourage everyone here to make poor life choices and bad financial decisions. So if you're
You have to have a little fun in life.
if you're looking for me to be responsible, mature, and speak words of wisdom, I am absolutely not that guy. I will, however, say everybody's got a price.
Orange Smoke's the best.
Orange Smoke's a solid dude. I like him.
Yeah.
Yeah, take a look at it, man. Nothing else. Post a video on it. So don't disassemble it on. So YouTube, let me explain this. What I found out with YouTube is if you're disassembling a firearm for maintenance or cleaning, they let you disassemble it on video. If you're just taking it apart to show people, they nail you. So you could absolutely get away with doing it in a video or a short, and I would like to see it. Tag me in the video, as I'm curious. I'm curious what broke. But as long as them guns have been out, I'm gonna say there's probably parts available depending on what it is. And if it's a frame or something, you could send it into Smith & Wesson. They'll replace the frame. They'll charge you for it, but it's going to be far less than what a new one would cost. So that P22 is actually the first 22 pistol I ever owned. Up until that was introduced, there was nothing that was ambidextrous that a left-handed shooter could use. And when that came out, I got like all excited because it was an ambidextrous firearm. So, I mean, nowadays, you know, it's rare to see something that's not ambidextrous, but you know, 20 years ago, it was a thing. You couldn't find them. I got you, bro. If I get around to it, yeah, man. If you don't, you don't. If you do, you do. I'm just curious for my own satisfaction, my own peace of mind. I'm just curious what broke. There's nothing else I can look at mine, but I don't know how many tens of thousands of rounds have been through mine, but a lot, you know. So I'm gonna say we're probably gonna do like a 10-minute, probably like quarter two. We'll shut this down. I'm gonna be back on tomorrow. We're gonna do a little push this week to try and get some hours up. Want to make sure as hours fall off, because they fall off year to date, that I stay compliant. The second strike expires August 2nd, so at that point the videos will be monetized too, so not like super chats or super thanks, but the actual content will be starting to collect revenue. So that's a goal. It's kind of why we're pushing the subscribers, help this content get pushed out. YouTube. There's, yeah. These are the people that we all know. They're the ones that are upset because they were never picked to go to prom. They were always picked last. They sat by themselves. And rather than being a good human being and going out and buying a firearm like a normal person, they go out and buy a fake schlong and say, "Call me Samantha." Arizona kid, how are you doing? That's perfect timing for you to come in. That's a little weird segue for you. I would love to explain that, but it would make it even more creepy than it was.
Yeah, I think he does kind of come in at the weirdest times
too. He usually does come in the weirdest moments. But Arizona kid, that video, I see you changed your profile pic, which is a good choice. That's a killer pic.
We're at 15:01 now.
That was classic, man. That was you did really good on that, coming down the church. Very well done. And it shows the video shows it was a good video. Pat in a bunker, how are you doing, man? How's your day going? So we hit our 15,000 subscribers. I don't know if y'all saw that a minute ago. Now we're past that. Where are we at?
We're at 15:01.
Oh, we're at 15:01. So we'll, like I said a little bit ago, we'll kill it this week on some lives. I would say by 3:30 or so we'll pop on. I'm not promising I'm going to set up this table differently. Maybe different rifles or something, but it's probably going to sit just like this for the week. I'm doing good, Pat. Everything's going good. Nothing new, fun, or exciting. So, which is okay, you know. Starting to actually slow down a little bit now for summer, so we'll be able to actually enjoy things a little bit more. First half of summer was pretty hectic. A lot of things to do, a lot of places to go. Yeah, man. Anytime you can do something fun like that, it's always going to make good content, you know. So, but yeah, we appreciate it. You want to throw that brass away? Put this downstairs, please.
Yep.
What's she freaking out about?
Mom's outside. Fuwar's barking.
Oh. What's he barking at?
I don't know.
Like she's...
Mom can deal with him.
But we definitely had some interesting conversations that, now that that's out of the way, I hope we don't ever have to circle back to it, because that got a little weird. So my daughter she's got one of these, like, it's a mannequin head, a dummy head, but it's got hair. Well, they all have hair, most of them. But I keep, it's so she can do like braids and this type of shit in it. But I keep screwing it to the wall. So when you come walking up the stairs and you turn a corner, there's a face staring at you. I keep getting her with it. And all she'd have to do is like pick it up and put it away, but she doesn't. So until she picks it up and puts it away, I'm going to keep putting it in places that freaks her out. I got to admit, I think it's funny. Orange Smoke, I appreciate you, sir. You have a good night, man.
Bye, Orange Smoke. Good night.
We'll catch you another. Hey, Orange Smoke, what did you go get for dinner? You never did. You never did tell us. Pat, I appreciate it. Like I said, this will probably be the live for the next few days. I'll change the rifles because we put them away, but probably not going to change the pistols. So, and obviously, Pat, like I said, and I'm sure everybody else has heard it, if you haven't, consider subscribing. Double tap the screen. That's a big middle finger to anti-gunners. All right, Arizona, you have a good night. Like I said, we got about 3 more minutes, and I'm gonna kill this. Pizza and nachos. Nachos actually don't sound bad. Just nacho and nacho cheese, or did you do like a Bel Grande? Pat, I appreciate you, man. I hope that I see you in the shorts or the videos. If not, either way, I appreciate your support. When mine refused to pick things up, I made a new rule. Anything I find laying out, get thrown away. They got missed. See, I used to do that. I'll be honest. I used to do that, right? My oldest son, I'd throw the shit away. I didn't even think twice about it. But then the wife would go buy the shit again, you know? And I'd throw it away. I'd tell her don't buy it. She'd go buy it anyway. So it got to the point where financially it didn't even make sense to throw the shit away anymore. But, you know, my middle son, he was always, and still is, he's pretty good at picking up after himself. My daughter, fuck. She needs to work on her woman skills because her picking things up and keeping things clean is not her strong suit. And I keep telling her mom to work with her on that. And then she gets all mad because I'm, you know, hey, that's not what girls are for. Yeah, that is what girls are for. Yeah, John, me and too, I just got work a lot. I don't want to travel 35 minutes to the range every time. All the boys are busy. Yeah, I hear you. You know, it sucks too going shooting alone. It's always way more fun to have people to go with. So, Pat, how are you doing, man? How's your day going? Yeah. You know, like I said, right now it's funny because I take that head and I just screw it different places. And it's all places like she'll come around a corner and it's face level, you know? So it freaks her out. All she has to do is she's standing here when I was telling you guys the story. All she has to do is put it away, put it in your room. I don't go looking for it. But I don't even know how to say your name. Airsoft? No, they're not airsoft. They're real. So we're down to a minute. If you guys haven't, like, thumbs up, subscribe. Absolutely. You know, there's a whole shitload of other really cool channels that visit us today. If you were here from the start, John Winks, I think you were pretty much here from the start. I appreciate you, man. You're solid, dude. I always get glad to see you pop in. It's always a good conversation. Says I pay for 98% of everything I do what I want. Yeah, I do what I want too, but so don't fool yourself on that. But like you said, it's picking your battles, you know. So, you know, Ammo, I appreciate you, sir, too. So I guess this is where the show ends today. I hope to catch you all tomorrow. Like I said, we're gonna kill it this week. I appreciate everybody that was here. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. If I don't see you tomorrow, I'll probably see you on your channels. If you guys are new to subscribing and you want me to check out your channel, go into the shorts and leave me a video or leave me a comment. And every time I get a comment in a video, I always go to the person's channel and check them out. Let me know you were here in the live, and we'll chat in your channel. So with that, I appreciate all you. You have a good night. Goodbye.